All right. So I'm going to go through the, huh? All right. So I'm going to go through the ritual part of it. And I'm going to go through the packet. There is about 22 pages. I'm not going through all 22 pages. Heck no. Ain't nobody got time for that. But it's really made for you to do on your own. But this is kind of like the guide to get you there. So there's three people that's already in the circle. I've already did the, I guess, exposing the wound, so to speak, and release of that part so that we can go through. And you guys should do that too. All right. So I hope you guys have your packages. Like I said, it's 22 pages. The first half is about the womb care and the loving the womb and the ritual. And then the second part is the money. It's the money, the blood magic part and teaching about that. The blood magic, I'm going to do a total different video on that. I don't think that I might hit end it a little bit here, but I'm going to do another video for that. But the packet is 22 pages. I hope you guys have it. And you're able to talk in the chat part, and I will definitely like answer any question that you may have. I hope you guys are looking at it as we talk. So when we speak of the womb, we're referring to the physical organ within the female body. Are you guys reading it? You with it? Yeah. Although this is a sacred site, it's brimming with creative magic. We refer also to this, it's energetic, it's multidimensional, it's a portal, it's a bridge between the worlds that lives within us, and whether we have a physical womb or not, meaning even if you've had any type of surgery or any type of hysterectomy where you no longer have that, it's still okay because you are still a woman and you still have a womb. All right. Oh, good. We do have some folks watching. Good. Good. So make sure you have the link um, of the attachment that I sent. So I'm going to kind of go through it. You guys can kind of read the majority of it on your own. But the womb is one of the greatest powers in the universe. It's an incredible gift and honor it to hold this power within your body. But you need to reclaim your womb sovereignty. I even put the book down here too, that you guys can order too. It's a really, really good book. It's very light. Oh, you're very welcome, Queen Love. Thank you, baby. It's a great resource that you guys can have, and I use quite a bit of it in wound healing. The wound has a heart space. Now, I said a heart space. Um, what I was telling them earlier was that most times people think that the womb and the heart that they are united and they're one, and they're not. They are not connected. What's connected is your womb and your head. This is what should be aligned. And with the womb and the head equals what the heart will allow. But we unfortunately have this kind of misconstrued. So before I do any ritual, I always try to do a little teaching too to kind of give you a little background and stuff. So the woman's center is in her womb, like the heart. It's not her head, right? I don't believe that, but that's what they say. She lives on earth. She's connected through the relationship, not in the abstract concept, but the code of life itself. As soon as a woman's center gravity shifts to the womb, then she becomes centered, empowered, present, and grounded. When a woman's center is in her head, she suffers badly and becomes more disempowered. The reason why I put that in there because I think that this is what a lot of people think. They think that the womb and the heart are aligned, and they're really not. You really need to be they're their own entity. It's your own strength source. A lot of us are so packed in with so much negative and bad and disenchanted information that we actually think that the womb is a bad thing. We think our vaginas are something nasty, and we don't touch them, and you clean them, but you don't touch them. So I literally did some questions that you can ask about the physical condition of your womb. So this is like the little ritual that we will do together. The second page is in the third page asks about the womb, like knowing your womb, like the center, identifying it, recording the blows to your womb that it has taken and absorbed. How deep is your womb, your womb wound? I created these questions. How do you feel about sex? Are you sexually aggressive? Are you sexually suppressed? This is stuff that I want you to put to ask yourself. That's included in the package too that I sent you. Because this is not a one-time thing. This should be something. Do I need to turn a light on for you guys? This is something that you actually need to be learning and applying. You can turn this around right here, baby. It's actually something that you should be learning and applying for yourself. Okay? All right. So also what I included in it, I also included a womb meditation after you had explored your womb journal. Like remember to perform the following meditation. They kind of go hand in hand. Do y'all see that?
Suppress means shut.
Suppress means what you don't deal with, what you kind of
What you don't like.
right. So I gave you literally the questions. There's like 2 or 3 pages of questions. I also gave you a ritual that you can do on your own after you've answered those questions. And then I gave you something to like and affirm too. Okay. So I don't want this to be a one-time experience. I literally want this to be something that you put some work into so that you guys can learn, so that you have something to work on your own time. I also wanted to talk about too, like crying a river of tears that heal. That's like on the 6th page. Because crying is good and tears are holy. Did you know that? That crying creates a room for healing to take place. Crying clears out our vision so that we can see the inner desires of our heart. Crying releases in it, and there's a unity in it. Crying also flushes out unnatural and makes space for the mystical. Crying renews and it restores and it opens up all possibilities. Our souls are washed by our tears, and crying humbles us to the ways of the Creator. When we cry from our womb so deep, we honor her and we baptize her, and our womb is made whole again through the libation of our tears. Okay? Right. So, my first thing that I said was, I cry a river of tears that heal for the dear young sister who could have been my daughter. She was sexually molested from an age of 7 by her father and her uncle and her father's brother. No one ever seemed to notice what tragedy had befallen this little girl. And in the end, years of pain and grief led her to contract cancer of her womb. She died at the age of 29 from a broken heart and a broken womb. May her soul finally rest in peace. This was a young lady that I counseled on last year. And I never could get her to really love herself because everybody, all they did was abuse her. Somebody always mistreated her. And I never could get her to understand the connection of that from her past and healing with that. So when I cry at times and I'm releasing something, I shed tears for her because I don't think that anybody ever did. But this is what happens when we don't what? When we don't heal. Then I wanted to share another about the womb. I found this Queen Efi Cassandra Battle. I found this on a because I'm into all kind of like websites and books that talk about womb healing when I'm studying, and I found this and I was so compelled to it. She said that she committed to heal herself. She committed to healing her womb, the womb that a nation generates, the womb that a nation penetrates by birth and by birthing babies. Woman, woman womb that we do create. The hard blows, the trauma by what we ate, the dairies, the meats, the rapes of our emotional and physical being. The deed of you who enters my womb, my sugar wall, who I let enter into an angry state, creating havoc, are the lustful pleasure I partake. Because this is what we do to ourselves because we're not healed. And when the baby I killed by choice to terminate, the cysts, the tumors from all I ate, oh womb, what wretched state. We kiss, have mindless sex, which stimulates abuse, abuse. The womb accumulates the down note blues. Pain, sickness does not relate. Then all the disorders will constipate. My womb communicates, degrading, injection, toxins, suffocate. She's talking about too, like birth control pills and other unnatural and things that we do to affect the womb as well. The womb from her agony expels the poisons she regurgitates. Let's do some spring cleaning, the doctor dictates, and the surgeons diligently wait. For the womb, the doctor says, is too late. I fought for my womb to remain whole, not a fraction will you take. Not too late, as the doctor states. I then turned to the alternative medicine. Now I could relate, especially in my state, my womb, my cries out. I hurt, I ache, and screams. The broken dreams, unloving relationships, family, and men. I now flush down the stool using the lever as my tool. I flush. I flush away all waste. I take my time and not in haste. I vacate, eliminate. I cleanse and cleanse. I make love to my womb. I elevate. I say to my womb, I love you, womb. I say to my womb, rejuvenate. I love that.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I love that. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. There's also a breathing and healing into the light meditation. Um, I do this with like groups and stuff. So a lot of how I say it is in like a group. Only thing that I'm going to do is two things. The breathing light healing to the womb meditation. That is something again for you guys to Ashe, thank you. For you guys to do at home. That's why I created 22 pages of stuff so you guys can do it at home. I don't want you guys to get caught up on just the ritual here, but I want you guys to have stuff that you can go home and do when you have time. So literally everything I talk about, I literally took the time to write it out. So the first thing I gave is the breathing, healing, light into your womb meditation. You guys take a bath before you do this. It's really, really, this is really good for balance to nature your womb, especially if you're one of those women who have had emotional trauma done to with vaginal discharge and clotting, cramping, and heavy menstruation. This will really help. There may be physical tumors growing or removed in hysterectomies, difficult childbirth, cesarean sections, abusive sexual intercourse, abortions performed, um, a history of scalp and laser surgery, radiation therapy. This is great. You can literally do this every day if you want to. And I promise you this will help when it comes to your womb. Okay? All right. What we will do together, we will do the My Womb Mirror Adventure, and this is on page 8. I'm gonna go back to that. So what I also gave you was some little tidbits and stuff like that. If you are a lady that has lubrication problems or lubrication issues, you know when I do these womb healing rituals, I love to talk about that kind of stuff on page 9. The self-touch lubricant. If you are not a woman that lubricates naturally, some people don't do that. Tell 26-year-old ass, okay, your pussy work good, everybody else pussy might not work. Good. So I gave it 3 different types of oil. I call it the sweet snatch oil.
Hello.
So y'all can have some sweet snatches. You make a cup of coconut oil. You put a teaspoon or a tablespoon of high quality honey in it. You put 2 drops of Lang Lang essential oil, mix it together, and you can. It's a good lubricant and it's healthy and it ain't gonna break you out and have your coochie out. Don't be out extra and shit. Do it exactly how I put it on there because some of them can be real extra and they be doing too fucking much. Is it tasty?
Can you eat it?
Huh?
Can you eat it?
I mean, you ain't gonna be like gon' with like a spoon and
but
shit.
like
Not like me.
Yeah, he can taste it. Yeah.
oh, okay.
Also with the there's a tingle rub that you can if like to stimulate you. Like some people are clit dead, and what I mean by clit dead, I don't know how to say it better. I don't know how to say it any better than that. They should just it ain't.
But you know that comes from. I
Yeah.
heard like when they use some toys, overstimulation.
Really?
That's what I was told.
I thought toy was good.
Well, clit dead means it could be that they are using toys too much, but some women have been abused so much that they just don't have any feeling out down there. So I'm really for those women who are needing a little bit of participation, a little bit of help.
What's that?
Per se.
Person.
I don't know. Can't read that. I got my glasses on. So the tingle rub has a cup of coconut oil as well, 2 drops of peppermint essential oil, and 1 drop of black pepper essential oil. And you can go on Amazon. You can go on Amazon for that. Okay.
But you found it on Amazon?
hmm
Like the
I was starting to make some of these and sell it.
recipes.
Shit. And then also the last one is a calming wetness. I know it sounds funny to be talking about this, but this is
You named it good.
yeah. I just
No matter what I ask, he is there.
yeah, and I don't want you to be embarrassed. I want you to get your cuckoo together. Yeah, get that hoop pepper together. Yeah, I got all kind of names for it. Y'all need to figure out a name that works for y'all. If you want to call it a pussy, call it a pussy. That's your shit. You call it whatever you want to. I call my grandbaby, her stuff is Christmas. Did you clean your pocketbook? And she was talking about it wasn't nothing in it. Well, it ain't supposed to be nothing in it. Good. I'm glad it ain't nothing in it because I have to beat your ass as well. So y'all need to figure out a name. What I'm saying is you need to become one with it and get to know it. With the calming wetness, it's like a half, 1/4 cup of flaxseed oil, 1/4 cup of aloe vera gel, 2 drops of lavender, 1 drop of jasmine, and it will calm it. Like some of y'all are overly. Some people don't get wet at all. Some people don't feel it all, and then some people get too goddamn wet, and it's just a mess, and that will help you as well.
Really?
I'm just trying to help everybody out. Yeah.
So being too wet is not a good thing.
Well, it's not that it's not a good thing, but sometimes it takes away from
The feeling.
the experience of the feeling. It's like you wet, he can bang, he's wet, and he over. I don't want you to be over. I want you to enjoy because really sex should be enjoyable. But they taught us that sex is either nasty or it's for something else weird, and it's not supposed to be for pleasure. You know? They can hear you, so go in another room, child. All right. So I wanted to talk about that, and then also the yoni time. I'm giving everybody that got the ritual. They get like the little yoni bag where you the little for the yoni steam, and it's an exercise. And this is what is the yoni? The yoni is your pussy. Did you know that? The yoni is your pussy. It's the sacred space. It's the vulva, the honey pot, the snatch, the clit. You know how it is. The boom boom room. All right, boom boom room.
Not me.
Oh, because I don't want nobody booming in my shit.
I
Okay.
know, that's what I'm saying. Like, it sounds so hard.
So with this particular exercise, it says when you're in front of a mirror, you open your legs and look at yourself, and are you beautiful? Blah 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 blah. Look at it. So I even tell you what to do. You'll boil like a gallon of water, and then you'll have like 2 packs, and I don't know how big the packs are, so it might be just one pack, but we'll see. You'll like let it, boil for like 10 minutes. Um, you'll continue to steep off the stove, for an additional 5 minutes. You'll place it in like a pot. You can put it like under your chair, or you can put it in a pot and put it in a commode and put the top over it, and then you will sit under it and you kind of test how hot the steam is. Because I'm not telling you to burn your lips off. That I'm what I'm saying. That I didn't say that. You know what I'm saying? They just told me to sit on it, and now hand on her. I done burnt her off. It ain't what I said, and I. It's not what the fuck I said. Well, now I have to be. You got to be specific with folks because they do the most sometimes. Yeah, and I don't want them to do the most. So, if you're going through the packet, I'm just going through the things that I put in there for you. And I guess I will do the blood magic before I get into everything else. All right, so blood is the most powerful ingredient in any magic spell, including healing. Blood witchery is about the discovery of one's own power, one's own sophistication and ability, and one's servitude to the self. It's actually the left hand path. Anybody know the left and the right hand?
What's the difference between it?
Yeah, magically.
Oh.
All right, so magically, the right hand path is like the right way, the light magic, the light work, and stuff like that. The left hand path is more of the darker working. So blood magic is part of the darker workings. It's not considered a light magic. Yeah. Women born many like thousands of years ago, they were called the original innocents. Before many of our genetic capabilities went offline, they held this power naturally as a birthright and they shared with their tribes and renewal rituals. See, people think that blood is something nasty. Blood really isn't like that. Since those times, once birthright was lost, women across many lineages and cultures were womb priestesses, and they practiced many varied ways to heal, to clear, and open the womb. So it can once again embody the frequency of love of the original innocence so that the energetic and the physical stem cell capacity can activate a more pure status of consciousness. Do y'all get that?
Yeah.
And activate like a really regenerative healing process. Um, then I gave you like some examples of like this is what happened before the rise of like the male dominated patriarch. Like the Hindu theory is that a great mother creates, her substance becomes thickened and forms a curd or a clot. This was the way she gave birth to the cosmos. Women employ the same method on a smaller scale. And then I also gave you other instances like Odin. Odin acquired the supremacy by stealing and drinking the wise blood from the triple cauldron in the womb of the Mother Earth. The same triple god is known as Kali Maya in Southeast Asia. Egyptian pharaohs became divided by digesting the blood of Isis. As we both know, Isis was a bad. She was bad, and she still is. Well, the Egyptian pharaohs became divine by ingesting her blood. A soma like ambrosia, they called it sock. And it's her sign, the vulva, the yonic loop, like the one of the Ankh and the cross of life.
I don't get it.
Huh?
So they would take Isis blood
Mm-hmm.
and then do the ritual on them,
Mm-hmm.
and then they would get.
Yeah.
They'll get stronger.
They'll get stronger.
Yeah. See, we tentatively think of blood as something nasty, and then we talk about it too as a way to trap a man. But blood is for healing. You can take, I gave a ritual with blood that's on here. I gave a ritual like if you're collecting blood, like if you're on your cycle, you can collect blood like in those little diva cups, and you can refrigerate it.
You said diva.
Like the diva cups were the little cups that you can use instead of the temp. Yeah, you can,
Oh, okay.
and you can take that, pour it in a little jar, like a baby jar. And then once you have like different rituals for like full moon and for like releasing and stuff like that, you can take it, put a little bit on your third eye to like activate your kundalini, to activate because it's your blood shit. And you can also put it on like your crystals, like during the full moon. This helps you really to release. Because remember, when you're using your menstrual blood, the menstrual blood is from the release. And they like to say that it's toxic in ways, but it's really not. It's just your body
How do you
cleansing
get the
itself.
blood in the jar though? Cause
You can use a yoni cup. You can use a tampon. You can use,
so just squeeze it off the tampon.
yeah. Why you looking?
I don't like that blood that people use.
But that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Blood is not nasty.
Yeah.
That's the whole. They teach you that. I'm telling you that it's power in your blood, and it's more power than making a nigga stay with you. It's more power than that. You can use it to heal. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm giving you like examples of how they use blood as well.
Because our body has a cycle as a woman to cleanse itself. The blood is what's cleansing you. So if the blood is able to cleanse you, it should be able to heal you, cleanse everything. That's why we have the cycle, because it cleanses itself.
Are those watching me, are y'all following this as well? Great. Then I also gave you some blood magic do's and some blood magic don'ts. And you can, and I use blood in almost all of my spells when it comes to love and stuff, because I collect my blood and I keep it and I do like spell work and stuff with it. And you can do the same thing. You can dress your candles with it. You can put it in mojo bags. You can put it on voodoo dolls. You can put it in some potions that you make. You can put it on sigils. You can put it on, a sigil is like a drawing of like a particular sign or something that means something. Like for wealth, like say for instance, the dollar sign is a sigil. The dollar sign, that's a sigil because it represents
Money.
something.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but you can make a sigil for love. I write the word love in this funny kind of way. I'll show you. Now, for somebody looking at it, you might not think that it's love, but I actually spell love without coming off the table. But I don't make the regular O and the regular V and the regular E. I'll show you.
Did you write it on there at one point? Was on that, what's it called? That
Uh-huh.
cross? Huh?
The
Yeah, the Was it on there at one point?
So you can also put it on your petition, your spell papers, on your book of shadows, and personal and other personal objects. You only need a drop or two. You know, if you've collected your blood from your period, make sure you keep it refrigerated, label it what it is, and the date that it's collected. It's really important because a lot of us, the reason why our stuff ain't powerful is because we really don't keep up with it the way that we should. So it's important if you're using blood and potions to give, especially if you're giving it to other people. You don't want to. Yes, ma'am.
If you use your blood when you're doing a spell for somebody else,
What do you mean?
like, not for you, like, not, like if I'm trying to manifest money for myself, but what if, like, you're like working for somebody else? Do you use your blood or do they use their blood in their spell? Because, like, you know, you have power to manifest. Do you use your blood to help their spell?
Are you doing the work for them? Yeah, you can use your blood. You're doing the work for them. You're doing prosperity work for them. Yes, I use my blood in prosperity work. I actually have something in the group too. How you use blood to manifest money in an envelope. I also did that in a video too. I talked about it in the video. Yeah, because I love doing prosperity work. Believe it or not. I also tell you this, and I'm gonna say it very. You can add a drop or two in your lover's food or drink, but don't add so much, and don't you do it to nobody.
Make it taste it.
Don't you do it to nobody, because you already shit. So if you guys have questions, please ask me because I can answer them if y'all on the floor and y'all watching.
Why would you want why would you use the blood in your mother's food or drink? Like, what would you use for?
Because you're trying to bind them to you. You're trying to trap them and keep them under your will. You know, old Italian folk magic tricks, they do that a lot. That's why a lot of Italian people be like married for fucking forever because, you know, the red sauce, the spaghetti.
Mm-hmm.
Now you need a drop.
Yeah, like I ain't say pour half the cup and then the shit tastes like iron because remember,
Say something like over the food, like I'm buying this so and
yeah,
so.
you can put your intentions in it. Remember, no matter what the fuck we use, we are the person that activate whatever it is. We activate the crystal, we activate the stones, and we activate the candles. It's by your intention. Remember that. It's by your intention that so whatever you do, be clear. But they need to be worth it. Why would you want to bind yourself to a motherfucker that slapped you in your goddamn mouth? That is beyond me. Because guess what he gonna do? He gonna slap your ass in your fucking mouth forever. And if you try to leave, he gonna kick your ass. I tell this story all the time because it's very true. This lady did a spell and she said she was doing a jar, a love jar, a sugar jar. And I told her, I said, well, make sure that you put something of his being or his property in the jar. This motherfucker put his bullet from his gun. She put bullet from his gun in the fucking love jar. I'm not making this up. Then she went and posted in the group that he went crazy and beat the shit out of her. What did you do? And then you shook the bitch up. You put it in a jar and you shook it up. Of course he gonna beat your ass. Oh, is menstrual blood more powerful than fingerprint? I don't have a cycle. Menstrual blood is extremely powerful, but so is blood, period. Now, this is what I told you guys. I was going to tell you how to collect blood if you don't have a cycle. Go get you some dragon's blood. They normally call it dragon's blood ink. Now, the dragon's blood ink is stains. So don't put it on nothing white and don't put it on nothing that you don't think is gonna. So what you would do is you will like go to the pharmacy like the diabetics do, and you can prick your finger and you can squeeze the top of your finger because you'll pump the blood to the surface and it'll be much easier. It's a little you know, you just burp. You just burp.
Excuse me.
That's Dame and daughter, y'all. That's Dame and daughter.
Excuse me, y'all.
And they are called lenses. But you would go like it's what the diabetics use. The diabetic needles, they make it much easier, less painful. You can buy them, at the chemist, or you can buy them online, and you can collect blood any way you like. It just depends on the blood flow. If it's fast, then scoop it up in a jar. Then make sure that you label it. But if you are doing it, like pricking your finger and stuff, it's gonna take a little bit of work. But you can mix it a little bit with a little bit of bat's blood. If you're trying to create a little bit more, you can use a little bit of bat's blood, and that'll help you too. You can, huh?
For real.
Bat's blood. You can
Literally.
yeah, you can again. Amazon, Amazon, Amazon. Hell yeah, they do. Art Etsy. Etsy's good too. Art a metaphysical store, and it's just Bath Blood Ink. That's what they call it. Because
INK or INC?
INK. Yeah. And if you guys see, I have like the circle of lavender and to my Amazon for the win. Show is Amazon for the win. Amazon be on it. And read the reviews because they will tell you if they shit ain't good or if it's fake. So you can collect the blood any way you like it. Like I said, it just depends on the blood flow. You can do like lunar pads. A lunar pad helps collect like a heap of blood, and then you can pour it in a glass. You can also spread it over the top of something, and as the blood dries, it become like blood flakes, and you can use it the same way. Like if you have a hard time collecting a lot of blood and you don't want to use bat blood because you want to keep it 100, then you can take your finger when you prick it and put it on a surface, and as it dries, you can just use a flake.
Okay.
Yeah. I also talk about blood offerings to a demon spirit because I'm talking about blood offerings, period. then you can use that for that. I use Divicos, but have never done any magic. My life could be so much better. Well, baby, then you know what you need to do. Just be careful. You can also use it as an offering for like you can literally take your blood and draw demon sigils and candles and offering to them to help you with your spell casting. If you are that dark, each demon has its own different likes or dislikes, but you can't go wrong with pleasuring or pleasing a helpful demon. Give them a drop of your blood. It's a sign of commitment to the curse of the cause. Oops, excuse me. I also talk about using blood offering to do like for hoodoo and a voodoo spirit. You can read that on your own. And I even talk about the different deities and what they use it for. So that comes with what I sent you as well. Also, like the blood magic don't. Um, you would never use menstrual blood the same way that you would like the blood from your period is strictly for like love spells and it's not like for hexing or curses. I think somebody asked it. Keep blood in the refrigerator. Don't leave it out because bacteria makes blood toxic to drink or to use in spells or to be consumed by a victim. That's why y'all ass gonna go to jail for poisoning because y'all done set some blood out, ain't refrigerated. They gonna give it to a man trying to hold him and this nigga in the hospital throwing up and shit.
Throw up blood.
Yeah. Prosperity work, I would use the blood that you prick from your finger. Keep blood in the fridge, like I said. Don't go crazy and be cutting yourself. It's unnecessary and does not achieve any better result than you to cut half your goddamn arm off trying to do that. Like, don't do that. Like, please don't do that. Like, I didn't say do that. Also, you know what? In the Chinese culture, when the mother or father is dying, the most dutiful daughter will make a soup out of her flesh to like save her to try to save the mother. She would take a knife because the pain of the flesh is nothing to the pain of losing a parent. So they will literally cut a chunk of their flesh off and put it in a soup for the parent. That's again how blood is used. Yeah, they do. Look it up.
You said Chinese?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Might be the whole Asian culture. I don't know, but I've seen it. I also say don't be using blood on animals or things that which you were not involved with the death. Do not use the blood from roadkill. It is not a gift.
That is nasty.
I have to say this because some people will take this and go all the way to the. If you want to sit right here, baby, you can. If until we do the ritual real quick. But some people would take it and go all the way to the left, and I don't want nobody going all the way to the left like that because people will go to the left. Also, folklore for like blood uses. Here are some according to folklore. If a woman can get a little bit of blood on a piece of a cloth and tie it up in a bag and wear it on her leg, she will run you crazy in 9 days.
What?
To make somebody love you, take blood out of a live pigeon and some blood of yours and write your beau's name and your name with that blood on your arm or forehead, crossing the writing of the names, and he will always love you. The next one is if a woman wants her husband to stay, proud, move, get out away from the camera, scratching and shit. Don't nobody want to see that girl. To make somebody love you, oh, I already said that. If a woman wants her husband to stay away from other women, she can do so by putting a little of her blood in his coffee, and he'll never quit her. Another one is if you want your beau or your husband, if you want to keep them, take 2 drops of your blood. Oh, I said they put it in the coffee. You can do that in wine too if you drink it. Let a woman write her sweetheart's name with some menstrual blood, and he'll fall in love with her. So literally take your blood from your pen, take one of those felt pens, and then write his name on something. Don't you do that?
Wait, so
nobody.
Use a pen.
Look,
Put blood on it, and then write.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is it like, does it have to be menstrual blood or like can it just be blood from your finger?
I tentatively say menstrual blood is what holds them. You can do it with a finger prick, you really can, but the menstrual blood, because it comes from the womb,
Right.
it's what really pulls. Move, Prada. Girl, move. That is so embarrassing. Get your dusty. Let's see. Oh, you can make a vegetable soup and put something red in it, like tomatoes, and add a few droplets of your blood, and it will make the man love you forever. Or you can put your panties in it too. Look at April like, wait, what?
Put your panties in the food.
Put your panties, like panties that you done had on. It's called panty soup. Look how she's over there smelling this. True.
I'm thinking like,
So you cook it with the panties.
Yeah, you cook the soup, the panties that you done had on, because it got your essence. If you don't have a period and you trying to bind them to you, you can take your panties, wear your panties, you know how you walk all day and kind of lubricate, and then you put them in a soup and cook it.
And then take it out.
Then take it. Of course, you ain't gonna be right in front of it. Ooh, there go my G-string. Give me that. No, of course you take it out. Oh, she's talking about and take it out. No. Give me the panties right there. Oh, give me the panties right there. God damn it.
I was cooking it. What happened? They just fell.
Yeah. I didn't make the panty soup before. Anyway, you will take 9 drops of your menstrual blood, put it into something your husband eats, drinks, preferably his coffee, and then say he'll never leave you too.
What you put in his weed?
The blood in his weed.
Can he smoke it? That's a good.
But he gonna smell it.
Blood flakes.
Look at
Oh,
that. What about blood flakes? Hell yeah, that's actually a good idea. Because the blood flakes are dry, I wouldn't put too much, but that's a good idea.
Like, what if you take the weed and roll it around in the panties that you want? I mean, I'm just asking.
you know, they had this ad on Orange is the New Black, where they were taking everybody's panties and selling them.
Oh, yeah.
I watched this. They were doing
I don't know if that is effective. I would say the blood flakes would be more effective than the panties.
I'm learning something.
How can you?
She said, I'm learning something
How
now.
they get in there?
Somebody said, what about beer? God damn.
God.
Queen Love, that's the only thing your man drink is beer, baby.
No water.
No, you don't want to put it in water. Huh?
We drink soda.
You can put it in soda. I would say like a little, you could do like, remember, all you need is a drop or two. Like, don't be pouring half. And he was like, why this, it's flat and it tastes like iron and Coke. Like, don't fucking do that. Like, don't do that. And then be careful with using your panties, because some women have a strong odor and then some women don't have a strong odor. Hennessy, Sprite, and 9 drops of blood. It's called the love tonic,
So
goddamn.
what do you do both?
What you mean?
Like,
So do you
what if
have
you
like?
make the panty soup and put the blood out in the drink?
Panty soup. Well, I mean, you can do that, but I mean, one is effective. You don't have to do them. See, this is why I want to teach on you.
So
Huh?
like panty soup with a little side of Coke. With a side of Coke.
Yes. Yes, no coffee or wine. Oh my God, beer. Try it out first, Queen Love. If the shit pink or it's like orange, don't tell me this is an amber beer. You know, I probably wouldn't give it to him like that.
Put the beer in the cup. He ain't gonna even
But I would taste it yourself just to see if it's iron. Yeah, if it's an irony kind of taste. I would be kind of. But remember, they got a blood cake you can make. Make him a cupcake and put your blood in the cupcake, because you're cooking it and it dissipates the irony taste in it because of the sugar and stuff.
Hello.
Somebody said, oh, she's about hello. She right. And you could just say it's a
brownie.
yeah, a brownie. You can put a little bit in a brownie. You can look how you looking like.
I'm not supposed to drink. I don't blood.
Here, baby, here's a brownie. Eat a piece of strawberry shortcake. Yeah, eat all that. So yeah, you can. This is yeah. Any other questions, like for those who are watching as well? You can also do red tinted water of the sacred of Kali in India. They say that it represents menstrual blood of the goddess, and the people make pilgrimages there to drink the precious fluid. People actually drink blood and stuff like that. They all blood. So I gave you guys a monthly blood ritual for yourself. That's on there too. That's page 20. And it's a monthly blood ritual. And you can take this. I mean, again, don't be all fucking crazy and shit. And I even gave y'all pictures at the end of it. Like that right there, that blood ritual right there. That's like a gratitude. That's with blood. She wrote that. So basically, you can take it, but like I said, you can take if you have a monthly cycle. If you don't have a monthly cycle and you have to prick your finger, like I said, it's a little bit more work, but you can still do it. You know what I'm saying? And get a little bit of bat's blood ink, and you can mix it together, and it still works good.
You got the fat one saying mix your own blood with
a little bit of the
ink just to get enough of it.
Right, that helps. Okay. Now it will stain, so be kind of careful with that. I have a good group of great questions. Well, yeah, they helping me. They helping me. Somebody, does he drink juice? Girl, you better get his ass when he sleep. Open up his motherfucking mouth, just drop that shit down his throat.
Oh, you can do that. Hey, my husband sleep like this.
Oh yeah, that's easy then.
Let me
just go right down his throat. He gonna feel good.
But she said just a drop of it.
All you need like a drop or two. Like for me, what I used to do with Damon when he would leave and go over the road, I would take blood and put it at the foot of his shoes on the inside. I would put 2 or 3 drops of my menstrual blood. So even when he walking, I let it dry. And he don't know. He just got his shoes on because it's dry. They ain't gonna be on his socks or nothing. So he walking, he still, even though he not with me, he's still with my essence.
Yeah.
So he can't be walking trying to fuck around with nobody else. Because I used to have it up under his pillow. I would put like a smear of blood, like where it's smeared and dry, and I put the pillowcase over it, and he don't know, and he sleep. Yeah, and he would never know. Like I used to do all kind of shit. But the funny thing with Damon is that I never had to really sneak and do anything because he open to all of it. Like he wanted to be bound and binded to me. So he makes it easy. But the monthly blood ritual is like pouring your cup, pour some of your blood into the earth as an offering. Y'all can do that too. That's really good to help release. And it also like pouring into the ground or into some running water. That helps you to feel more connected to nature and stuff as well. So that's something else. So I literally gave y'all a ritual for that too. Have oral sex at the end of your cycle while it's still there but not noticeable. Some men like to go down on you on your cycle and on your period. Huh? I don't like that, but I mean I do it. Girl, they don't give a fuck about no blood. He said if you fuck through, what he said, if you fuck through mud, you fuck through some shit he said. What'd you say? You learning, queen? You learning? Good, baby, good. So that's I should have did this like a whole video, but I did not think that because I want to do the ritual next. I still wanted to kind of educate you guys on like real blood magic because a lot of stuff that what I read and stuff, it really bothers me, and it's really not teaching you everything that blood magic can really do to help you. Huh? Y'all learned it today. Because I said I was going to talk about this. I said I was going to talk about that a lot. I'm trying to think. Am I missing anything else? I'm trying to think. You can also use your blood too, is to connect you to your dreams and the moon flow reflections. That helps too because you can put a little blood of your blood in your book of shadows as well for those of you who have book of shadows. You can also use blood to empower your magical tools and your objects. Like if you in your candle working, you can use it to dress your candles. Like I said, you can put them on your cauldron, on a pinnacle. Um, I'm trying to think. Like I said, you can bake the cake. You like that baking the cake?
I like cookies and cakes and stuff.
Yeah, so you can definitely. What you say?
Yeah, but you should sure encourage
I'm
you
not
know
gonna
the
try
right
none
way.
of
Don't explain nothing. You need to write
Not
cakes
yet.
and cookies.
Clink, clink, clink.
You can also use you can make a honey jar with your menstrual blood too. For those who like draw jar spells and stuff like that. Is this also used to remove generational curses? You can do in reversal work. You can use your blood for that. Protection spell blood, you can. If you want to do it on an amulet or anything like that for protection and stuff, you can do a ritual based around that. Yes, ma'am. Any other questions about blood magic? Because the next video that I do, it will actually be a video of the actual ritual, and then that will be it. So I didn't know how this was going. I never know how it's going to work out. So, any other questions, darling? You got the packet. It's 22 pages. Take the time, read the packet. You have any questions, you can email the email that was used to send you the packet. Any questions? Any questions you have, be sure to email where the packet was sent, the email that was used. Okay? So if there are no other questions, I am going to end this stream. I'm going to take a minute. I have to go pee. And then we will do the ritual, and then that will be it. Your packages will go out on Monday, which have, oh, somebody has a question. Hi, Divine Goddess. Can menstrual blood be used to bring a child closer to mother?
Hmm. That's a good question.
That is a very good question. So, blood can be used in any ritual. I would say you can literally write your own spell about bringing your daughter in healing or your son in healing. I would even use maybe voodoo dolls. You can make one. You can buy the little puppets. You can stuff it with their clothes and your clothes. You can stuff it with roses and good stuff. Put a couple of drops of blood on there. You can stuff it with, if they like flowers, put the type of flowers they like in there. Do the stuff that they like and put it inside of that puppet, and you can anoint it with blood. And I would put like a white candle of protection around it. Put your petitions on each side. How you want to be a better mother, or how you want that son or daughter to be. Absolutely. Absolutely. Jessica Apple, yes, ma'am. You said you have a question. It's not about blood magic. That's fine. Darling, what's your question? And the last time, did you do that? Did you do that thing I told you about the onion? You ain't did shit.
I just found out like I was meaning to. Everything was happening so fast. Yes.
No, ma'am. There are no alternatives to coconut oil. You have to use coconut oil. Everything I gave you as the what you should use, and it's mugwort in the red onion.
That's what I was looking for. Some real mugwort.
You need to look online. You in Dallas, you can go to the labyrinth. Well, then you can't do none of that, Jessica. Baby, if you can't use coconut oil, you break out and don't use nothing, baby. You just can't do that. That's all that is to it. You just can't do them little magical snatch potions. I'm gonna have to think of something else to, get your little hooter pappy going, and I'm gonna have to do something else for your snatch, baby. I'll work on it for you, darling. Okay.
No.
I'll work on it. She wants some magical snatch, fresh sweetness all on her stuff. Okay, Jessica, I got you, baby. I got you, pumpkin. I'm glad y'all helped me. Y'all helped me teach this. So the last thing I'm gonna talk about was when I was telling him about the sock. Um, she said nut allergies are a bitch.
Yeah, what? Okay.
Yeah, they can be, Aisha. Uh, Queen Love, do you recommend of getting off of birth control altogether or just stay on it that will allow a menstrual? I think that I'm going to say it depends on your diet because a lot of times what we eat and stuff like that, and then you got to check your hormone level too. What is a particular reason why you on birth control? Is it to regulate your cycle, to slow your cycle down? Like, what is it exactly? Because if you go the homeopath or the natural way, it could take a year. It took literally a year for me to get my cycle like without taking birth control, where I would have it normal. I would definitely put black seed oil in your diet every day, taking a tablespoon of it.
Yeah,
She
mine was
said she meant.
regular. It's regular now.
Mine
It's finally regular.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a little time. All right, what was I gonna say? Oh, so if you are wanting to clean out your vajayjay, you guys might want to write this down because this is not something that I added. um, if you're wanting to clean out your vajayjay, because our vajayjay keeps stuff in there. Again, this is about womb healing. This is not about blood. This is about womb healing. Okay. So what you will need is a sock, a pair of panties, a red onion, and mugwort. Like you,
Sock, pair
like
of
you
panties.
say, huh?
What else?
Soccer pair penis what?
And a red onion. So what you would do with the red onion is that you would cut it, like you would peel it. So about that second or third peel, because you need the whole, you need two halves. So you will peel it to like that second or third where it's like really pretty and shiny and then you'll get mugwort, you'll put it over the stove and you'll warm it up.
Mugwort.
Mugwort.
Where you get that from? Amazon.
Girl, Amazon, you guys are in Dallas, I can go to the Labyrinth and get some.
Oh, that's real. Because on Amazon, I'll read like what you saying that people saying that
Go to the Labyrinth. Go to the Labyrinth. She has a room of nothing but herbs.
Peel the onion.
You'll peel the onion, and what you're gonna do is you will cook, like put the mugwort in like a frying pan, and you'll kind of like stir it and stuff like that. It'll be like really, really good, and that's great and wonderful. And then you'll put half in the little, pour it in, and I'm gonna say you probably need about three spoonfuls, three spoonfuls to put into the half of the onion. Shut up. And then you'll put the other onion top on it. It'll look like a little mugwort sandwich. You would then put it in your panties. I mean, you put it in a sock, pair of socks. And then you'll put the sock like in your panty, like you would line, like a panty liner, like your pad. And you would keep it on. You do this for, I say like 2 nights. And what it helps pull toxins. And your panties might look real strange.
Afterwards?
Yeah, because it's pulling out toxins and stuff.
You put the onion. You put the onion how?
You would cut the onion, and then you will peel like the second or the third layer back. And then
second layer.
Yeah, and then what you will do is the bullet. What's the bullet? I ain't talking about masturbating. I'm talking about something else. You would take the mugwort, put it on the stove in a skillet, and you will heat it up. Then you will pour it in one half of the onion, and then you'll put the other top on it, where it looks like now it's like a sandwich. And then you will put it in a pair of socks. You put the socks in your panties. Don't roll it up, but have it flat like it's a pad or a tampon. And I would do that once every 2 or 3 months, and it will really cleanse. Now it's gonna smell because it's onion and mugwort. So if you sleep in the bed with a man, he'd probably be like, "The fuck is that?" He'd probably like, "What the fuck is that?" You're like, "What the fuck is that, baby?" You're like, "Oh, I'm trying to cleanse."
I'm trying to cleanse. You're gonna be like, cleanse what?
For real.
How's that cleanse?
He's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" You're welcome, Queen Love. Tomorrow we're gonna get put out, mustard snatch. He was like, "That's different."
Who you been with?
He was like, I'm trying to different herb. I'm trying to different herb. Damn, be like, damn, you might want to try that shit. What I'm not saying. But it works. It helps to cleanse the magical snatch out. So if you guys don't have any questions again, I'm gonna get offline because I got to pee. And then when you come back, we'll be set up to do the actual ritual. So you guys, if you want to go take a good squasher, wash yourself out. If you want to go take a shower real quick, little couple 5 minutes, take a little shower to wash your little badge out. Get you a mirror that you can see your snatch with. Get you a nice little mirror where you can see your snatch. And then we will be back. And then bring paper and a pencil as well because I'm going to ask you some questions that go along with this.
Thank you.
All right?
Thank you.
All right. So I will see you guys in a minute for the second video. Bye.
Hey, wait, no.